Hello, my queens. This is The Sit Down, and I'm here with Storm Reid from When They See Us.
Yes, hi,
How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Cool. I love it. Yes. So let's get into the miniseries. I'm so excited for everyone to see it. Of course, it's the story of the Central Park Five. Huge news when it happened, and actually, in a way, it's still important now.
Right.
What did you know about it going into the miniseries?
I knew a little about it, but it's sad to say, but schools don't really teach you about like our history or the things that are going on in the world right now. I think it's more easy to access information because of social media. But I actually start like doing my own research and learning about it when Miss Ava was doing the project, and then when I got the role of Lisa. But I feel like it's a very pivotal story that needs to be told, and the way that Miss Ava's telling it, not focusing on the crime or what the boys were accused of, but actually like humanizing them in a way and teaching us about them before all of this happened, which I feel like is important.
I really love that because also, I mean, it's an important part of New York's history, and so much is going on, right, to kind of create this moment. When you were doing your research, and I love that you were looking this up, and that you call her Miss Ava. Were there details of the story that maybe you did not know, that you learned, that you were like, whoa?
Yes, absolutely. I feel like I knew like just like the surface of what actually went on, but like doing my research and like finding out like these I feel like it breaks my heart just finding out that these boys were just like so young and that they had so much ahead of them, and just being penalized for what their skin looked like, and just like our president's involvement in this situation. It was just...
He took out a full-page ad.
He did, like for $50,000. That's kind of absurd to criminalize us people, and I feel like it's still going on right now. So I'm glad to be a part of something so special.
All right. Well, so you worked... This is your second time working with Miss Ava DuVernay. You worked with her, of course, on A Wrinkle in Time. What was it like working with her on this project? Like, obviously, very different tones and styles.
I feel like it was the same, but not the same, because the content matter was way heavier, like you said. But she's still just like Miss Ava and still so loving and accepting. But I loved being on set with her and like letting the boys shine, because this is not my project at all. I'm just a part of it. I feel like with Wrinkle, I was more like a pivotal part.
The heart of it.
Exactly. But with When They See Us, it was just me, like me kind of being on the sidelines, which I appreciated, just to see somebody else's blessings and just to see them shine and see how much love that she not only put in me, but put in the boys, I feel like is like magical.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And yeah, I feel like A Wrinkle in Time was certainly my introduction to you and introduced you to a lot of audience members. What did you learn from that experience? I mean, all of that intention, huge Disney movie, Miss Ava DuVernay, and now you're working on another project. Like, what was it like walking onto set in this new way?
Yes. I feel like with Wrinkle, I had the privilege of walking on set every day and feeling like it wasn't a job. I was just going to have fun and do what I love. And then like on a crew perspective, like our crew is so diverse and so inclusive. So with any project I walk onto or the set I walk onto, I want it to feel like that. I just want it to feel like home and protective and a safe space where everybody is treated equally no matter their differences. So that's what I really look for, and I feel like Miss Ava does a beautiful job of that with every project she does, making sure that people are represented in front of the camera and behind the camera. I
love that. I love that. And I noticed that on your Twitter account, you also note future filmmaker in describing yourself, a little Marseille Martin vibe. Here. I love it. So do you get to talk to people like Marseille Martin, or get business or filmmaking advice from Ava herself? Yes.
So I do want to direct down the line, but I'm so proud of Marseille, and we've had like conversations about producing together and like how her experience was producing with like Mr. Will Packer and a whole bunch of people. But I am getting into the producing space with my mom and my sister, and we're actually going out to town with our second project in a couple of weeks, so I can't wait for people to hear about that.
That's so exciting. And also, I was delighted when I was watching the Game of Thrones series finale to see the preview trailer for Euphoria, and I was like, wait a minute, is that Miss Storm?
It's so cool that they're like promoting it so hard, and like that project has like a lot of heart in it, and we're touching on tough topics, and it's about teenagers and what they're going through, and I think it could be a tough pill for people to swallow.
So, how so?
I just think because it's so real, but we're like taking the realness to like an extra level of like not putting any boundaries or trying to like fake it in a way, if that makes sense. So it's just very raw and uncut. And it can make some people uncomfortable, but it's also conversations that we need to be having. And I feel like the project is really purpose driven, which makes me proud to be a part of it, because it's not just like a teen drama. We're like having real conversations and we're trying to like interconnect what people are going through and still trying to make it like entertainment. And it's a lot of working pieces that go into Euphoria. But I feel like people will be pleased to see it.
I'm so excited.
Thank you.
And it looks beautiful.
Thank
just like
you.
beautifully shot as well. I also know that, and kind of to this point where it just sounds like you were so grounded in reality and you're interested in storytelling that connects to how we live.
Right.
I've noticed that, you know, like Ava DuVernay herself, you engage similarly on Twitter. You're thinking about political issues and leadership. Where does that come from? I know your beautiful mom is here this morning. Where did you learn all of this from?
I would say I wouldn't call myself an activist. I don't feel comfortable calling myself an activist, but I would say I am an active learner, an active thinker, and an active listener. So I feel like just being in the socio-political climate that we're in right now, I feel like it's important to stand up for something and use our voices. And I feel like our feelings are our superpowers, and I have the platform to be able to convey my feelings. So we might not always have the same opinion, and I'm not saying that I know everything, but if I can like let you know how I feel and try to help change the world in any way I can, that's where it really comes from. Just being purpose driven and wanting everybody to succeed and get along, and just like if we could all be like treated equally and we could all just like live a happily peaceful life and live our best lives, that's what I want, but I know it's going to take steps to get there.
I love it. I love it. You were so composed and so gorgeous and together. I think it's easy perhaps for people to forget. You are a teenager.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 15.
You were
I'm almost 16 though.
Incredible.
Yes.
My goodness. And I heard you, because it's prom season, you got to go to prom recently?
Yes.
Oh my God, tell us about it. How did you pick out your dress?
Oh, okay. So, I went to prom with...
Oh, it's beautiful. I just saw a picture.
Oh, thank you. I went to prom with Yar Shahidi's little brother, Saeed. So we had gone to 2 homecomings previously.
Okay.
So he asked me to prom, and it was like, it was random, but not random at the same time, if that makes sense. So he popped up at my house with a sign.
Oh my God, you got a promposal?
I got a promposal. I was like freaking out. I had rollers in my hair. It was really unexpected, but he's so sweet, and I was so grateful to have that experience with him, because I'm homeschooled, so I don't think I would have had that if it wasn't for him. So
I love that you got to have that. Shout out to you, Saeed. Shout out to you, Game Recognized Game. Well, Storm, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Absolute delight. Keep shining. I know you will.
Thank you.
When They See Us premieres on Netflix on Friday, May 31st, and we're going to keep watching for Euphoria on HBO too. Stay tuned for some more AMC. Oh, more HBO! Game of Thrones has done it to me. Oh my gosh, I'm part of the machine now.